What's up, guys? We're back here, and it's already been an amazing day so far.
That was
really good series back there.
I quite enjoyed it, Tasteless. I love seeing some of these new Zergs come up and show us actually really solid play mixed in with intelligent cheeses, even if they don't work.
Yeah. Really smart cheeses. I really liked Game 2, though, especially out of all those. It was a lot of fun. Now we're going to have True against KangHo. KangHo, as some of you know, some of you don't, that is Lucira. He's changed his ID. Although Artosis and I both never think an ID change.
No,
mid-career as a pro gamer is a good idea.
It isn't.
We always feel like
we're actually right.
Basically, like if if the Beatles halfway through their career said, "No, we're the Cockroaches," and
just weird.
If it's for the sake of branding, we don't really like it, but KangHo is an autonomous human being who can make his own decisions. So
that's true.
He does have free will.
Well, that's your theory.
You ever heard that talk with people? Yeah. It's like, the college freshman. Do we really have free will?
Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
So here is True.
That's the truth.
Yes, that's the truth with a capital T, by the way. That was a philosophy nerd joke right there.
He's a
couple kids in their dorms went, tasteless. I'm studying that right now.
Wow. True is...
Now, when he plays well, is that the actual real way to play? Or is that just based off perception, Artosis?
Well, I would say my perception's right, so I'll go with the real way.
Artosis, if a game is played between two pro gamers but no one is there to cast it, does it make a sound?
That's a good question.
Yeah. See,
I would say it makes a sound, yes.
Yeah, actually the answer is yeah, as long as game sound's on.
Yeah, I was going to say they both turn off game sound, which I think is unlikely.
There's some people that play without game sound. I bet in my entire pro gaming life.
Yeah.
You remember
Control and Hydra both used to not play with game sound.
I can't believe people could do that. I remember Wizard from Starcraft 1.
Yeah.
He was like, why would I use game sound I don't need it? I'm like, yes, you do.
In Starcraft 1, you had to train yourself because if you're attacked in two places at once, it doesn't alert you to the second.
Yeah, let's say your force is
and
under
it doesn't
attack.
alert you to DTs one-shotting your drones or probes either.
Yeah.
So those were both issues, but that you had to practice because game sound would actually be faulty in those situations.
Yeah. Well, what happens is when you hear that trigger, that's when you immediately have to start keeping your eye on the mini-map and check for anything else that's going on.
Which is funny because you also have to be watching whatever battle's occurring and stopping it.
Yeah, that's very true. Well, our first map's going to be Polar Night. Head-to-head here. True, definitely as far as reputation goes, cannot even compare to KangHo. KangHo is old school. He's legendary. It would not be a shocker if KangHo gets out of this group.
Would not be a shocker at all. But at the same time, True is a very dangerous Zerg player. So True against KangHo, I definitely could see True pulling out like a 2-1. But if KangHo 2-0s, I wouldn't be out of my mind.
All right, guys. Tell your friends to tune in here. It's been a little while, but Code S is back. We're still in the round of 32, Group G. Second best of 3 here between True and KangHo.
You can tell I'm excited, but the way my heart is beating, I'm gonna need a riot squad to help control my breathing. Communicating with patience.
In the top, we have our player newer here to the GSL. He is
G-Nair Green Wings, True.
That T looks like a G in that font.
And over here in the south, we have a GSL Code S finalist. He is
LGIM KangHo.
So let's see what these guys want to end up doing, Tasteless. Do have KangHo actually going out with a pretty quick little drone scout here. Oh,
welcome to the studio.
Two of our gum chewers.
Yep, a gum chewer in the audience. Now,
it's time to watch the production tab a little bit.
Yeah, this is EVZ. So,
yeah.
Well, Artosis, you do anything? I haven't seen you in a little bit.
few days.
We did play some World of Tanks, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was good times.
Our mandate night on World of Tanks. Oh,
Yeah.
looks like we're going to have a drone block here. That's annoying.
That's very nice by KangHo.
Yeah.
You know, there was a point in the Zerg vs. Zerg metagame where both players would drone scout to block hatch first.
Yeah.
Hatch first is actually basically the best now, because even 10-pool Bane doesn't, if you micro just right as Zerg, it doesn't quite work. So, we do see KangHo just scouting around looking for the pool, which hasn't even started yet. He did go pool into hatch, so he's completely safe as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a passive game early on here.
Well, you know, the Zerg vs. Zerg is a matchup that there's a lot of different things you can do. Like, you can open mutas, and if you do open mutas, it's more for map control. If both players open mutas, you can see a game where it's muta versus muta for a bit, but with the power of that Spore Crawler, not quite as common. And look at, oh my god, look at that, within 4 seconds of each other in their average playtime.
That's pretty cool. Drones now coming down here. And they're going to try to hit this Spine Crawler and get rid of it right before it finishes. That is lost mining time. He can cancel, of course.
Well, that's a pretty cute move.
Oh! He gets out. That was close.
Wow, that little drone has done a lot, Tasteless.
This little drone is a badass,
That
actually.
little drone can go home and write a little book about his adventures here, or at least a short story. Little pamphlet on what you can do with a quick scouting drone in the matchup.
Yeah, it's that's like a Starcraft 1 probe.
Well, right now we do actually have the Zerglings coming in and just scouting for now. He sees that speed's on the way, and that's a very important thing for him to see. He needs to know when that speed's going to be done, because there are things like, you know, if you go hatch first against a pool first, and your opponent doesn't get a Baneling Nest or doesn't do a nice SimCity with things like, as we see here, a Spine Crawler and some extra queens, you can actually just go for mass speedling and go bust them. But as of this moment, True is grabbing a Roach Warren to go along with that speed. And that could be for a timing attack. It's hard to say at this moment.
Yeah, there's always a little bit of ambiguity early on in ZVZ, because there's actually, you can do a bunch of different things and end up in the same spot.
That's true.
And when it comes to these timings, you'll all of a sudden, boom, they just start making a bunch of units out of the larva and kind of barrel forward.
Well, we'll see what True's going to do. He's pumped up on Overlords quite a bit, and that Roach Warren and Speed are both about to finish.
By the way, he's got a good place, both of them do, for Overlords here on the map. We have a nice little wall in. Yep, here from KangHo at the entrance. 8 roaches. Now, what he'll probably do is make like somewhere around 8 to 10 roaches, and then Lings only behind that, because the roaches get there. The Lings are actually there to soak up the damage, and the roaches are there to deal the damage. And if KangHo doesn't control perfectly, he could be in a lot of trouble here.
Let's not forget as well, there is a little back path with rocks. Well, not exactly rocks, it's actually ice on this map because it's so cold.
They might be frozen rocks, Artosis.
No, it's ice. But, you know, that is something that could come into play, but with the Overlord seeing him move out with units, this should just be a frontal attack.
Okay, Lings come up for the peak. He needs to wait for the roaches to get in there. 16 more Lings being made here.
That is a lot of Lings, but here we go. He pulls back the 2 queens that have transfusion. He's going to have to use a lot of transfusion
He's targeting down. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did not get his second transfusion off.
No, he certainly does not. But the queens, some nice micro on those queens. More roaches right now popping out for KangHo. True trying to break through. He does actually get that Spine Crawler.
Another wave of Lings is headed southbound now. The drones, a lot of drone kills going to happen here. But he needs to... Oh!
Traps him in.
That was the coolest thing ever.
That was pretty cool.
That was so cool.
Wow. Yeah, that was really neat. 12 drone kills there. That's pretty nice by True. And that leaves us at, you know, they're actually very close in drone counts right now. 24 for KangHo, 22 for True. But True is popping a lot of drones right now. And you have to give him map control here.
Yeah, you certainly do.
So KangHo's going to have to back up and play kind of a slower game. I feel like he is starting to move out a little bit with these roaches, but I don't think he can really do that much right now. He's going to have to macro up a bit, maybe focus on some upgrades, take a third base.
As you can see here, True taking his own third base and just, you know, droning up, building up an economy. Now, had they not trapped those roaches there, the roaches could have backed out, kited a few of those drones, and then maybe regrouped the Lings and come in with more damage.
Maybe, yeah.
But after he boxed in those few roaches, enough damage was given to that little group. There wasn't much he could do. Nice, taking out that creep tumor there.
Surprised he thought that might work out, but KangHo coming back to these roaches. See, now, these roaches, I'm a little bit surprised that they were even out, and you can see why. They get surrounded very easily, and now suddenly KangHo has a lot less units. That's... True's playing a strong game so far, and KangHo is not really adapting correctly to what's going on.
Yeah, well, True, games like this, it kind of reminds me of like a Muay Thai clinch, like the position that, are you familiar with what that is? You know, where they have their, holding the back of your neck and they're getting kneed. It's like, right now, KangHo is basically cornered and is going to have to, it's going to be an uphill battle for him for a while now.
It certainly is.
And he could take a serious beating throughout this.
You know, I think the biggest problem to this is that they're going for the same kind of tech route here, but True is up a base. Now, KangHo is a little bit ahead on his 1-1 upgrades, so he might have like a little timing in there, but with 3 bases for True and the fact that he's just going to be producing pretty soon, I think we're just going to see non-stop units from True.
Drone count's virtually even, by the way, 51 to 55. There's that third that KangHo needed to get. It's not clear yet if True will be able to deny this third. My bet for now is they're both probably going to stay back and just macro up.
Yeah, that's what basically has to go on here. You know, when you start getting this much production going, when roach speed is going to be on the way, as we do see for both players now, these attacks, they come and they are strong, so you have to be very careful with how many drones you actually end up building. And in fact, in the matchup overall, you have to be very careful how many drones you get. You know, a lot of pro Zergs have even gone as far as to say, you know, you get 70 drones, that's too many.
Yeah.
And right now at 55 and 52, they're nearing the amount that they're going to really want to have before really getting a lot of units.
Before that war machine is like up and ready, they just start cranking out tons of roaches. Now, when you're in a situation where both guys are going for roaches, one of the common tricks to use is because, well, first of all, let's explain why they're going to use this trick, and I'll explain to you what they do. The roach does not have a lot of range.
No, it does
and
not.
So angling here with how you engage, you want to optimize the number of roaches you have and how many of them can actually attack at any given point in time. So all that is about positioning. So what a lot of good Zergs would do is they'll take 3 or 4 roaches and suicide them into the main.
Yes.
And then the Zerg player has to send out a certain number of roaches to attack that. They might send another group of 4 or 5 roaches somewhere else and start hitting drones. Then what this can sometimes do is the player that's getting attacked is not in the right position. And the big army from the person who already sent those 2 attacks out now can come in here at a better angle and win the bigger, more important battle.
Well, in this game, it looks more like a brute force attack. A lot of roaches have been made. He does have 1-1 in speed, hitting before Lucier can have any more upgrades. But there's also a lot of Lings, which tells us for sure this is what he's doing, is a full frontal attack. We might see, well, actually, we see the Lings trying to hit another location, but it is walled in. And here they go, in from the side, and True just has so much supply here.
Now the roach is over here at the bottom. This is just not... Oh, did he just burrow?
Yeah, KangHo is using burrow beautifully, but... You know what? It's not going to work forever, Tasteless. This roach count for True is just so high.
Yeah, it's very scary. More links now coming in here, so that these their roaches here True don't have to take that much damage. And he has an overseer now, so he can't use burrow anymore.
And True moves forward. He has a lot of roaches left over here. You may not have burrow himself, but with this many roaches, KangHo is just going to end up dying. Like, this is, how does KangHo try to hold this, you know? There's an overseer there. No way for that burrow to work out. He's got less roaches. He's got less economy. And I think it's just a matter of moments. That's it.
GG.
Well played by True. Really nice attacks by him. KangHo just not quite holding that first attack right. And from there, True knew exactly what to do to maintain his lead. You know, he went right up into 3 base roaches. He had enough speedlings out that KangHo couldn't do anything fancy with his early roaches. Really great play by True here.
Man, True from the get-go played that brilliantly. The only thing I got to say about KangHo is that Evolution Chamber block was sick.
That was pretty cool.
That was cool. That was special.
It was special.
I'll remember that one. When I'm an old man, I have no teeth and stuff. They're interviewing me.
Yeah.
You know, so because they're gonna put me in the esports museum and stuff.
Yeah.
And have the statues of me that are made.
What is memorable to you, Taste?
Now say that game with the evolution chamber block.
Like, oh, the one that the guy who did it lost? You're like,
yeah. Yes. I'll be like, I don't remember who won that game. I'm very old.
oh, that's so funny. Don't even remember who played it, just that it happened.
I believe I was casting Counter-Strike, and I saw an evolution chamber block. Like, oh, poor Tasteless.
You're just so old.
Yep.
The thing is, he's only 50. Oh, my God. How did this happen?
All right. Our map is going to be Frost. Game 2, True is surprisingly up right now. KangHo is going to have to turn this around. Let's see if he can do it now. This is the GSL Kodes.